Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to today's episode of Afrobeat and Comedy Entertainment. I am your host, DJ DJ Kill the Vibe, and I'm here to bring you guys the 411 on what's going on. I said I'm here to bring you guys the 411 on what's going on. But before we get to that, quick disclaimer: if you're new to the channel, understand this about this channel. Everything I say is to be taken as a joke, and nothing I say is to be taken serious. Now, let's get on to today's topic, you guys. We talking about Jackson Dart, Jackson Dart, whatever his name is. But people are upset about him going to a Trump rally. Let me say this again. People are upset at a white man going to a Trump rally. You know why it's so funny to me? Is that how are you people surprised by this? How are y'all surprised by this? Yes, I get it. Y'all wanted to let him into the cookout. Y'all invited him to the cookout. You know what I'm saying? Because he knew a few rap lyrics. Oh, he danced. You know, he's part of the culture. The culture is open to everybody, right? Dude showed you guys who he is, and his ancestors been showing y'all for time after time after time who they are. See, the thing about me is I leave my white friends where I met them. I leave my white and Caucasian friends where I met them. Okay? That means at work, at a function. I leave it at that. I leave it at that. I don't invite them to the cookout. Because the one time one did get invited, now trust me when I say she was pretty cool. Okay, she was pretty cool. It's the other person that she brought that wasn't cool, okay? Because you guys, if you've been on this channel, you should know by now this story, okay? Because I'm gonna tell it again because I want you guys to understand that you can't invite everybody to the cookout. You can't invite everybody into the culture. And then when you see them, they turn around, they have the Confederate flag on their shoulders, right? Or they have it on their shirt, right? But these are the same people that would take from the culture, that would enjoy everything that comes with it, but they still feel the same way their ancestor felt about you and this country. Okay? He is no different from he's typical white man. It's nothing. There's no punchline. There's nothing to it. And I don't understand why you guys are so surprised. I'm not surprised. I'm not. I mean, you know, let him do what it is that he wants to do, man. You know, you can't stop a man, a grown man, from doing what it is that he feels at heart. And he feels this way. He feels this way about you guys. But y'all don't want to hear it from me though. Y'all gonna say, "Oh, you bringing a new narrative into this. You're racist, all this and that." Listen, man. Call it what it is that you want to call it, but I leave my white friends exactly where I met them. Okay? I had a white friend of mine tell me, well, the only reason why OJ gloves didn't fit is because he had some type of, I guess, disease or whatever it was that, you know, caused his hands to swell up. And that's why he was able to beat the trial. But I'm like, one, I don't care about OJ, okay? I don't care. I don't care, okay? But I brought up a point to him, and I'm like, so did that police officer who kneeled on George Floyd, did he kill him? He's like, well, we have to look. I'm like, okay, he's a racist. I left him at that place. So yes, he is only my co-worker. He's not my friend. Because these people have the same outlook on life. It's not all of them, but majority of them, yes. They do believe we don't belong here. They do believe we should be owned by them. Jackson Dart, whatever his name is, he's not different from the typical racist. And he's showing you guys. Does that make him a bad person? Of course not. It doesn't make him a bad person. It makes him a terrible person. But stop falling for the okie doke, you guys. Y'all gonna keep letting people into the culture because they can dance, they can do things the way we do it. No. Don't let them into the culture because you see a fancy move or rapping to some Jeezy or, Plies lyrics and shit. Come on, bro. That's not a reason to be let into a culture. You think they're going to let you into the culture because you know all the presidents? You think they're going to let you into the culture because you know all the speeches that the president gave? You think they're going to even let you into the culture, into their culture, because you have a Confederate flag or you have a hat that says "Make America Great Again"? No, they'll allow you to be around, but they won't ever, and I mean ever, let you into their culture. No, sir. Because they still see you as one of us. Even if they say you are the good ones, you're one of the good ones. What they mean is, yes, for now you're good until you show me that you are just like the rest. Don't be surprised by this, man. Don't. It didn't catch me off guard, not one bit. Not one bit. I knew this the person who he was. It's shocking to y'all, but it's not to me. Because like I said, when you invite these people to the cookout or you invite them to whatever it is, you got to understand that, one, their spice level for food is different from ours, okay? You got to upkeep with them. You got to make sure that they're not doing stuff that can bring a scene to you. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure they're okay and in a safe space. Because like I said, this girl, we invited, and then she invited her friend, which is the terrible person who didn't follow all the rules of being at a black cookout, is that you do not fuck with the neighbor's dog. And for God's sake, this bitch did not listen to a goddamn rule that we set out there for her. Leave the neighbor's dog alone, and the bitch didn't leave it alone, and the dog bit her nose, and she went over to my neighbors, and she fucking talking about she needs a rabies shots and shit. Bitch, we told you stay the fuck away from the goddamn dog, but you couldn't resist it. Oh, it's so cute until that motherfucker bit your nose. Now you crying like a little pussy. I'm telling you guys, man, when you invite these people to things, you gotta make sure you have your eyes on them. Because at any moment, they can slip right back into, yeah. I'm gonna leave it at that. But this doesn't come to me as a surprise. Jackson Dart is exactly who he is. As a player, in the locker room, black players, don't risk your career trying to confront this person, right? He's like, what, 26? If he's not 24, he's old enough to know right from wrong. So do your job, get paid. If you have to ignore him, right? But you got money to make. You got to entertain us, okay? And you got to go back home to your family that you're feeding with this money. Don't let this be the reason why. Don't let him be the reason why you're tricked out of your bag, okay? Don't let him be the reason. Don't let him be the reason that you're tricked out of your bag. Get your money, my brother. Let him be him, man. You ain't got to see him outside of work. You ain't got to kick it with him. That's how I treat all my co-workers. Yeah, I treat all of them that way. I ain't got to kick it with you after work, bro. I'm here, man. We're going to get along as much as we can. We both have two different beliefs. And that's how I think all his teammates who are color should treat him. That is a co-worker, not a friend. Because this is a business. And you got to do your business. That's all, you guys. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know if I'm overdoing it or overthinking this whole situation. Because I know I'm not. And I don't give a fuck, for real. But yeah, this is another episode, man. I'm going to keep you guys updated to everything that's going on whenever I get the chance to. Now I'm going to go to work and kick it with my Caucasian co-workers. Not friends, but co-workers.